Myself, Yuvraj Sonone, Associate Professor in Botany, Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandirs, SPH, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Nampur. Today's topic is germination of pollen grain, entry of pollen tube into ovule, double fertilization and its significance. Germination of pollen grain. Once the pollen grain has landed on the receptive stigma, its germination starts. In plants like Petunia hybrida, Strelitzia regini and Ghia mace, the stigma secretes a sticky and oily exudate and pollen grains adhere to this stigmatic fluid. In cosmos, pollen grains are attached to the stigmatic surface by mucilaginous strands. In some 80 families of angiosperms, the stigma has short papillose outgrowths. The germination of pollen grains depends upon their longevity, that is, the duration for which they remain viable. The pollen grains are viable for 3 hours in Ricida species, 5 minutes in Ghia mace, 2 hours in Beta vulgaris, 12 hours in Cichele cerulli, 15 days in Prunus padus, 35 days in Viola odora and for as long as 56 days in Primula elatior. In Saccharum officinarum and Sorghum vulgare, germination takes place almost immediately. The pollen tube grows easily through stigmatic papillae. It passes into the tissues of style. The length of pollen tube is variable and sometimes about 50 centimeter in maize plants. Provided with silk, styles are solid or hollow. The pollen tubes are branched in amentiferae. On the basis of presence or absence of transmitting tissue, Hanf 1935 classified styles into 3 types. Number 1, open style. This type has a wide stylar canal. The inner epidermis helps in the nutrition and conduction of pollen tube. For example, family Papaveraceae. Second, half closed style. In this type, the stylar canal is surrounded by rudimentary transmitting tissue. It is about 2 to 3 layers and is made up of glandular cell. For example, Cactaceae. Number 3, closed style. In this type, an open channel is absent. Instead, a solid core of elongated cells that are rich in protoplast is present. For example, Dhatura, Gossypium, etc. Entry of pollen tube into ovule. Pollen tube enter the ovule by 3 different mechanisms. Number 1, porogamy. When the pollen tube enters into the ovule through micropyle, it is known as porogamy. For example, most angiosperms. Second, salazogamy. When the pollen tube enters the ovule through its salazal end, it is called salazogamy. For example, Amentiferous taxa such as Betula, Casuarina, etc. Number third, mesogamy. When the pollen tube enters the ovule through integuments, the condition is described as mesogamy. For example, Cucurbita, Populus. Finally, the pollen tube enters ovule near the egg apparatus. The tip of pollen tube bursts and 2 sperms are released inside the embryo sac. Double fertilization. The pollen tube penetrates the nucellus through the micropylar or chalaza or by piercing the integuments. It penetrates the embryo sac. It enters the egg apparatus. Now, the tip of pollen tube bursts and both the gametes are discharged. Out of 2 male gametes, one of these gametes fuses with egg cells of egg apparatus. The other gamete fuses with secondary fusion nucleus. This behavior of 2 gametes is termed double fertilization. It was first observed by S.G. Nawashin in 1898 in plants like Lilium and Fritillaria. Triple fusion. After the fusion of one of the male gamete with egg nucleus produces the oospore or zygote, which is mother cell of embryo. This is called syngamy. The product of syngamy is diploid zygote that gives embryo. The second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus of embryo sac, gives rise to endosperm, and phenomenon is called triple fusion. The triple fusion results in the formation of an endosperm. The endosperm is nutritive in function. It provides nutrition to embryo during the early stages of development, that is, from zygote to globular embryo. Significance of double fertilization. It gives stimulus to the plant, due to which ovary develops into fruit and ovules develop into seeds. It restores the diploid condition by fusion of haploid male and female gametes. It results in the formation of diploid zygote, which develops into an embryo and gives rise to a new plant. It results in the formation of triploid primary endosperm nucleus, which develops into endosperm in the seed. It provides nourishment to the developing embryo. It brings about recombination of characters, resulting in variation among the offsprings. References. Thank you for watching video. Like and subscribe my channel.